How's it going today, guys? Aaron Teal here with Intune Marine. Sometimes it's about the little things, and we're about to walk through the Vexus DVX Series and show you every inch of this boat inside and out. Check it out. Now when you look at a Vexus boat, you can really see there's not a corner cut. So we're gonna start at the bow here. Just little things you'll notice is the carpet trim. It's not rubber, it's actually aluminum, and that's gonna last a lot longer. And then their bow paneling, there's no plastic or vinyl up here. It's all heavy duty aluminum to hold those depth finders in rough water and will last a long time, as well as tool holders and switching. And even their tie cleats, you've got a beefy tie cleat here, and then built-in nav lights. So really, you touch this stuff, you feel it, it's quality stuff. Almost forgot something. Trolling motor wedge. So Vexus actually makes their own kind of wedge here to support that trolling motor. You know, the bows of these boats are different, and it's really nice that they built in that extra support, and it's the little things. Now as fishermen, we all love our storage because we all love tackle and rods, and we got to keep the goods safe at the end of the day, and Vexus didn't compromise an inch or a nickel on this storage box here. We'll start with the lids. Specifically, these are the heaviest duty stainless latches I've seen. They've got very good locks on them, and they compress down to keep that lid tight on that seal and keep them dry. These lids, they are made out of fiberglass. You'll notice the paint matches the boat, so another nice small thing there. And stainless gas pistons. So those pistons are gonna last 2 to 3 times longer than some of the other ones out there. And you know, that's just gonna be a timeless piece that's not gonna wear and tear on you. These lids won't flex. You know, you put a sumo wrestler up here, they're not gonna flex, and keeps your stuff dry. Not to mention, they put a striker plate on this boat, so when you're a klutz like me and drop the latch the wrong way, you're not gonna ding your gel coat. So what that also does is when this latch seals down, it doesn't wear on that gel coat underneath over time either, as you grab rods over the years anyway. And then there's no carpet in these storage boxes. So big drains, really nothing's gonna get wet or stay wet in here. And then it's got very smart drainage around here. So one thing you'll notice with the Vexus is these storage boxes are gonna be a lot deeper, they're gonna be a lot drier, and they're gonna hold a lot more of your stuff and keep it safe for years to come. Yeah, I'm talking a lot of stuff. Even just how they've cut these lids so that your rods can go in these tubes and you can kind of strap them down. I mean, that's just the stuff you don't think of that really matters at the end of the day. Now this is something probably no one talks about, but to me, big water multi-species boat, big part of this dry storage is these lips and these channels between the lockers are about a ½ inch deeper than what we've seen in other boats, and that's a big part of this. And of course there's compartment lights. Now, us fishermen, we fish in all kinds of conditions. So, especially on a multi-species boat, water evacuation is a big deal. So we just talked about the deeper channels on the lids up front or the deck. And ultimately, the cockpit drainage system is a big deal. Vexus definitely got it right with this one. They put Tom Petty harmonica size floor drains in here. So you don't gotta worry about these getting clogged and you being ankle deep. in water because it's going to get the heck out of here. And something I know we talk about a lot, but it's a big deal. These windshields are straight up the best windshields we've seen on a multi-species boat. They're the first ones to really innovate it. So the big thing with these is these windshields are truly mated with the hull of the boat. So you don't have consoles that are put in separate here. There's no seam. The consoles are actually placed on top of the boat, just like the windshield, with an extra access point. So if you're in big water, Mille Lacs, Lake of the Woods, Leech Lake, Fort Peck, heck, Tonka, this windshield is going to last as long as this boat. And walking to the console here, there's just all the little things they thought about with this boat. I mean, this is the first boat, multi-species, that you can flush mount two 12-inch screens right at the console, see where you're going, not have the steering wheel be obtrusive to your sight of the graphs. Really clean design. This is fiberglass, it's not plastic, it's going to last a long time. So it's really nice to see them put the quality in every inch in this dash panel. So, you know, one cool thing with Vexus, you know, we know where these guys came from. Nobody's got more experience building these boats, and ultimately a lot of boats are going to a more digital switch system, and ultimately there's nothing more reliable than switches like this with individual breakers, because if you end up popping a fuse, you could lose all of that power to that digital panel. So, you know, we really like these switches here. They're tried, they're true, and just the failure rate's better than what's out there. Yeah, that's aluminum trim. And of course, they definitely kept your wife and your fishing buddies in mind with the passenger side of this boat. Specifically, it's a very spacious glove box, but they made it a 2-story glove box, so it's not too spacious where you're losing stuff. So, very smart glove box design. You've got a seal here around this lid. Once again, heavy-duty fiberglass, a nice spot to grab onto, and Polk stereo interface right there, and a spot to charge your phone. So you've got access to all that stuff, and then really good rod storage here. You can go tips first or butts first and store a variety of rods any size, and you know, keep the treble hooks away from, yeah, very easy to organize rod system over here. And then if you look on the sides here, we've got stainless trim. And just little things like that is what's nice. I mean, even the control panel and just this trim around this boat is just top notch. They even left room for your rod tips right here, so you can open this lid, you know, without busting a rod too. If you look at that side, it's flush. This side, just every inch of this boat. Hot topic in multi-species boats. Usually doesn't get brought up till after the fact, but this is really cool. We use a lot of batteries. We need a lot of power for these boats. And Vexus, they allow you to store 5 batteries in one spot. So if you ever need to swap a battery, anything like that, you don't have to play Jenga with the cranky battery in the corner compartment, or try and fit a house battery, run extra cables, things like that. You've got all of it right here. So if you go with a 4 battery system, you can fit 4 batteries and a charger. Or else if you go with a 5 battery system, they'd store the charger right in here. So, design. Let's look at the cockpit here. Very unique how Vexus laid this out. They've got kind of angled rear boxes here that really provide a lot of cockpit space. So if you're trolling, you've got plenty of space to go, you know, on either side of this boat, land a fish, and optimize the storage as well. So you get that deep, non-carpeted box. And then they provided kind of, you know, a 1/4 rear deck insert to optimize the cockpit and the deck space and storage. So this is storage you haven't probably seen on other boats. This is a new design, and this is heavy duty aluminum here, and 8 to 10 3700s in this. More casting platform, more cockpit. It's a perfect compromise. So the intensive care live well This is offered on the DVX 20 and 22 as an option or with the Victor package. And what it is it allows you to control how full this live well is. And when you set it to full, let's say you're making a run across leach, there's actually a sensor that plugs the overflow, and it fills that water all the way up to the brim. So when you're in rough water, that water is not kicking those fish around and beating them up, and it puts them in a neutrally buoyant environment, and it's going to keep those fish alive a lot longer. This is a very cool live well design that we haven't seen yet. Awesome. Another thing that's next level is the floor. Now, you just take one look at this floor, you might think it's the same as every other floor, but this specifically is EVA rubber floor, and that's going to be different than, say, a C-deck or a vinyl floor or a foam floor. So what you get with an EVA rubber floor is you get a floor that's heavier duty, easier to keep clean. Like, we've wiped hydraulic oil stains off this stuff. It's amazing. It dries quickly and it doesn't get slippery. So the big thing is these new vinyl floors, they can show a lot, and they're sometimes tough to keep clean. This is by far the best we've seen as far as showing and cleaning for floors. So, and the big thing with this EVA rubber floor is this isn't just in the cockpit. They're incorporating this all throughout the boat, you know, on the panels here, on your step pads. Heck, even on that front bow panel, you know, every step. So that's just the quality little things, heck, even on the trailer. So you've got quality stuff that's going to last a lifetime. Airwave pedestals, they are an added option this year, but that's going to provide suspension in rough water, help your back, help not take those waves so hard. And you know, this hull's got a great design, but if you want to maximize that, these airwaves take it to the next level. Another small thing Vexus incorporates into all of their DVX series is 2 flush mounted rod holders on the back. And you know, when you're trolling planer boards and you got 2 rods and lines out each side, and that outside one goes off, it's nice to be able to put that inside one here, get it out of the way so you can fight that fish. So that's coming in each boat, just little things like that. And don't worry, it's got a fiberglass cooler for all your snacks. We're good there. So you just got done a long day fishing. Last thing you want to do is climb back into this boat, and Vexus really nailed it with this part. They've got an access panel in the back, so when you're done fishing for the day, you can control your power, your drain plug, and plug your boat in to recharge for the next day, all in one spot. And if the kids decide to go swimming, you've got a recessed boarding ladder. With the ladder stops, you don't got to yell at them for dinging your trim tabs. A big grab handle right here. So just good quality stuff, protecting other stuff, and smart design. Another unique thing about Vexus, they do build their trailers in-house. So this is a custom built trailer designed to match your boat and fit perfectly. And that's something that a lot of companies aren't doing anymore. And they also put a UV inhibitor and good beefy paint on these trailers, so they're not going to fade over time. And just really nice to see a custom trailer with your custom boat. The hull. Hamby's keel guard. They actually build a recessed spot for your Hamby's keel guard in the hull, so water's not catching that keel guard, peeling that down. The hull's built for it. And then the chisel on this hull is going to be a lot different than what you typically see in the multi-species market. What we're used to seeing is a concave design. And what Vexus has found with their testing every boat out there, what lands the softest, what runs the truest is this new convex design. So convex meaning it's got a little bit more rounded chisel, and what that does is it helps that boat land softer and knock that spray away. Obviously, you need good radius on the chines, so they've incorporated that throughout the rest of the boat, but this chisel, this keel here, convex design, that's really what it boils down to with the ride of this boat, along with is vacuum infused. So you've got deeper chines and a much more consistent hull, and you can really feel that when you get on the water. But the hull, and something that no one's probably ever going to show you with these boats is the materials. Now, I'm not going to get too far into it, but I want to tell you they're spaceship good, and give us a call. We're happy to talk more about it. But the materials, they cost more. So I really appreciate you guys checking out this video in the DVX series. Really just showing you every little thing on this boat. I think that's super important to stress, and we're in our new showroom, so we got a lot cooking. Give us a call, come check us out. I'm Aaron Teal with Intune Marine, and we'll see you at the lake. P.S. I love this boat. We got more videos coming. Be sure to like, subscribe to our channel. We just getting started. Checking in, checking out.